Hello friends, now let us take up the concept number 1.17, programming paradigms. A paradigm refers to a methodology for building a complex structure. In the programming domain, from the inception, many paradigms were developed, many paradigms. If you analyze that, one paradigm is developed if it is advanced than the existing one. It plugs the loopholes of the earlier paradigm and adds some new features which are compatible to the advancement of the technology. So in that way, every new paradigm was developed by plugging the loopholes of the earlier one or ones, and which is having advanced features which are compatible to the latest technology. Based on the programming paradigms only, every programming language is developed. For example, you take C. C is a true FOP language, that means true function oriented programming language. That means function oriented programming is a paradigm. If you take Java, for example, it is a true object oriented programming language, WOOP language. It is one of the advanced paradigm to FOP. If you take C++, it is a hybrid language. It supports both FOP as well as WOOP paradigms. In this manner, if you take any high level language, it adopts either one or more programming paradigms. In this case, now I am explaining 4 paradigms briefly. In the next concept, I will explain them in detail. The first one is declarative paradigm. The declarative paradigm focuses on what to do, but not how to do. You simply have to understand, you book a taxi at airport. You will tell the driver where to go, that means what to do, how to go, how much speed, which route you have to take and all that. Normally you don't tell. That type of a paradigm is called a declarative paradigm. Second one is imperative paradigm. In the imperative paradigm, actually the focus is made on how to do, how to implement the task. So here the logical plan of implementation of the task is given. That is imperative paradigm. The third one is function oriented paradigm. Function oriented programming paradigm, as simply called as FOP. In this, it represents the real life. Take a main task, and the main task is divided into subtask, 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 sub-sub-task. Like that it is divided until there is no scope of further division. A main task is divided into sub-sub-task, 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 like that. Up to the possibility of dividing into subtask, it is divided. Thereafter, each such subtask is entrusted to a function. A function is a specialized program, a specialized and a simple program. It is entrusted to a function, and the function performs that task, perform that subtask. So the cumulative effect of completion of all subtasks is performing the main task. That is the method, that is the strategy in a function oriented programming approach. Fourth one is WOOP, object oriented programming paradigm. In the object oriented programming paradigm, the specialty is both the data and functions are encapsulated, means integrated as one unit. as a single identifiable entity. As far as function-oriented programming is concerned, data is separate, functions are separate. Our focus is mainly on functions. Whatever data a function requires, that data is to be explicitly passed to the function. That is the methodology here. And if you come to the here also data and function only, you know the program definition. In the program definition, every program is a set of instructions which act upon the set of data in order to generate predefined task, in order to generate or perform predefined task. So, in every program, the main components are data and functions. In function oriented programming, data is separate and functions are separate. Actually, in object oriented programming, data and functions are encapsulated, means integrated as a single entity, single identifiable entity with a unique name. It is like a person. You take a person, and in the person, just for example, you take blood, water, oxygen. These are blood, oxygen and water. These are like data. And heart, liver and kidneys. These are like functions. So, here you see, for your heart, whatever inputs it requires automatically it takes. You need not supply it explicitly. Whatever inputs it requires it takes, it process and keep ready the output. In the same way liver, in the same way kidney. Here, what are the inputs it is taking? Either blood, oxygen, water or something else. Okay, but these are encapsulated. If you do not know biology, you never know how our body is working. So, in the object-oriented programming model, the data and functions are integrated like this as a identifiable single entity. So, in this chapter, mainly I am focusing on these 4 paradigms: declarative paradigm, imperative paradigm, function-oriented programming paradigm, object-oriented programming paradigm book. Actually, one thing I want to suggest, don't limit to whatever I have given. Because of the limitation of this book and because of the special limitation of this chapter, I am introducing all the core concepts. If I have to give all the paradigms here and all that, again I have to write a separate book for that. That's why take it as a basics, and if you have interest, just you Google it and you can get several other paradigms. What are their specialties, what are their features and functionalities, you can learn. One time, all these things one time if you learn, they provide you lot of input and they avert or avoid your future doubts, and they enable you to understand advanced programming concepts very easily, logically, and they create an interest in you. Ultimately, you can own them, and thereafter you will evolve as a proficient programmer.